Okay, good evening. Hope everybody can see, can hear. Hope everybody's well. Thank you very much for joining. So we're just going to do a straightforward painting today, this evening. I've already got a canvas. I've already covered it with a liquid white, so it's got a thin coat on the canvas all over, and then that'll allow me to blend the colours on here. So I think we are ready to go. So let's make a start. Okay, so I'm just going to get the 2-inch brush to begin with. And I'm going to begin with a little bit of, actually before I start I should actually explain what colours we're going to use. So I've got titanium white, I've got midnight black, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown, sap green, I've got orange, yellow ochre, cad yellow and red. So pretty much a straightforward collection of colours. Okay, so let's get going. So I'm going to first of all take some cad yellow onto my brush and a little bit of the yellow ochre as well. And I'm just going to start blending it in just onto the side of the canvas here. Just little crisscross strokes with the brush, hopefully you can see. And I want to do a kind of nice, calm, gentle sunset, nice mountain backdrop, and some foreground trees. So a little bit more yellow onto the brush. I do want a bit of warmth in this one. Okay. I'll do that nicely. I'm going to keep going because the canvas is so wet. You can kind of see that colour going all along there. It actually looks quite good on the canvas this evening. Usually I don't have the best setup, but I thought I'd try something a little bit different this evening. Okay, I'm going to take a tiny touch of the red, and I'm going to put some red in as well. So just a tiny bit. It's a very strong colour. We don't want too much on the canvas. And it's just giving a nice gentle pink tones. Touch more. We'll put it in the bottom here. We're going to have some water on the bottom in the foreground. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly clean the brush. So I've got some paint thinner in a tub, and then I've got my beater rack, which is just outside the shed, because I don't want to make a mess. And then I've got some kitchen roll just on the bottom of the easel that I can just use just to dry that brush off. And we can start going on to the next colour. Okay, so I'm next going to go for some phthalo blue. It's a very dark, rich blue, but it's a lovely colour. And we're going to put it in the opposite corner now. So we're kind of going from a blue sky into yellow and red and getting it all blended in. And we're starting at the top because it's such a strong colour. It'll get lighter as we go downwards. So that's the kind of pattern that I'm going to go for today. Okay, so again, you can see hopefully here it is getting darker, but I want it to be darker at this top right hand corner of the canvas. I don't want it to be any darker elsewhere, and that should hopefully give us a really good sky. In fact, I've just got a little bit of black on there on the brush as well. That's fine. We can blend that in, look, together. And again, I'm just using those crisscross strokes, those X's, just to get that colour onto our canvas. And then I'm just going to go across, because that's going to be our water in the foreground there. And to get water, you just go across with the brush, and it should then give us a nice shimmer. Okay, so I'm going to have to clean the brush again, I'm afraid, so just bear with me. Okay, so that's that cleaned off. Okay. Okay, so we're going to blend it now. We're going to blend from the inside out, from these light colours outwards. So hopefully you won't be able to see where one kind of starts and the other one finishes. Just very lightly. Let's crisscross strokes again, and then I'm just gonna very lightly. Okay, so again, just very lightly, just try and get that colour just nicely. Remove any brush strokes, get it all blended in. Just very gently as well with the brush, doesn't have to be firm or anything. Again, I'm just going to use the kitchen roll just to get any excess off. Blend it a little bit more. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. That's good. Bit further at the bottom for the water. Okay, and we'll clean that off. And we've got a nice sky. Okay. So next up, we're going to do a very distant mountain. So I want to kind of do, to add a bit of depth to the painting, I'm going to mix up some nice mountain colour. So I'm going to take some black, some phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, a bit of sap green, just very dark colours on the knife. I'm going to take some and just separate it from the dark colour, because I'm actually going to make that lighter. And it should, he says, allow us to make a much distant mountain, far, far away, shrouded in some mist. So I'm going to take the fan brush next. And I don't know if I've ever done this before with a fan brush, so you'll have to bear with me. But I'm just going to paint in just a hint of a distant mountain. Just there. And then as I'm scraping towards the bottom, it should make it a bit more distant, make it a bit more smoother on the edge there. And again, this is very far away, so we're not going to see much what's going on there. We're not going to see much at all. And we don't want to. There could be a little bump. Should put a bump in? We'll put a bump in. There you go. Why the heck not? Okay. So hopefully you can see it's darker on the top. It's going to be lighter at the bottom, which certainly is when we blend it out. Okay, so I'm just going to put that back. I'm going to take the, where is it, the 1-inch brush. So a very small version of the 2-inch. And I'm just going to just tap that. Just tap it, tap it, tap it. And that should help us to give us an illusion of mist and distance. You can hopefully see there. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Disappear a little bit. Brush out there. Don't want that to be. That's better. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Just fading it into the background. It's far away. We can't see it. We don't know where it goes. But it's there. Okay. So hopefully you can see that now. It's kind of given a bit of depth. Just by doing a bit of tapping on the paint and blending it out. Okie dokie, so back to the palette knife, and we're going to now make the foreground mountain. So I'm going to have them coming down here, cutting across in front of that one, and then we can have some water, some reflections and such there. So get your dark mixture, and then you just want to get a little roll of paint just on the edge of the knife. You probably can or cannot see that. You can probably see it about there. That'll do. Okie dokie. So, where to put the first peak of a mountain? I'm going to go there. Why not? And this is just exactly however you want it. So that one's almost like fading into the distance there. I might put a little peak there just for the heck of it. Why not? Okay. And all I'm doing is I'm just trying to get a nice outline of a mountain. And then what I'll do is I'll blend the rest. So this all here, it doesn't really matter what we do. It's everything else that matters when we're doing it. I'm just going to make that a bit thicker. It might give it a flat top actually. This mountain's going to have a nice flat top. Well, then not. There you go. That's better. So I hope you've all had a good week so far. And I'm going to put another one here. Just there. So nice, lots of nice mountains. You can hopefully see that it's still keeping the yellow horizon, the pink, and then going up to the blue. Blue. So I'm just scraping off as much paint as I can get, because again, all I care about is the outside line. And then we can start to form the mountain shape itself. Okay. I think we're good with there. So I'm just going to clean the brush off, clean the knife off, and then get the brush. So again, it's back to the 2-inch brush now. The 2-inch brush, and then we're just going to get it right up to the edge and pull. Right up the edge and pull. Edge, pull, edge, pull, edge, pull. Okay, and again, I kind of want that depth there because it's so far away, you're not going to see it. Okay, so pull, and I'm already starting to lay out how I think the mountain's going to look as well, so that should help things. You can hopefully kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm already making the shape, the two different sides to the mountain, just from blending the paint there on the canvas. Just keep pulling that paint off, and then when I need to, I can just clean the brush. Again, we're going nice, distant mountain there. Okay, and then last but not least, this one here. Now, what we're going to have later, we're going to have some trees on this side. So I'm not too fussed what happens here, but we'll make a good attempt, of course, because we need to do that. Again, I'm just going to pull it like that. So you can hopefully kind of see where the mountain's going to lie. Okay, clean that brush off, and then we can get to the fun part, which is highlighting the mountain. Okay, I'll just clean the brush off. Okay, so back to palette knife, and I'm going to do maybe a bit of red in the white. So I'm going to pull my white as flat as I can get it. I'm going to touch just a touch of the red as well. So again, I've got a nice, you can probably see it there, nice roll of paint on the knife there. And then we'll add some highlights. So we'll start on the wheel style. And then we'll go up the mountain a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more white. I think it's a bit too red. But again, we're not basing it off anything, so it can be however we want it, really. And that's the best part of it. Okay, let's just take that one. That's better. I'm just slowly adding the highlights to the mountain, and then we'll also add some shadow on the other side when we are happy. Okay. So now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to add one back there. Oh yeah, this is going to look good. I think this is going to look really good. Hopefully, he says. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that so far. So next, we need to make a shadow colour. Do that by going in the opposite direction and making the colour a little bit darker. So I'm going to go up to that phthalo blue pinch some of the white and pink, mix it on the palette, and again, got a nice roll of the paint there, just on the edge of the knife, and then we can just start to come in, and we can just touch, just gently. Just like that, and that will give us some nice shadows. Okay, I'm just going to hold the canvas, and I'm just going to... Okay, so that's that there, and then the big one. Might call this Paramount. It's like the Paramount Mountain from the films, but I'll get sued. Apologies, that's the Union train line going past. Okay, so we're getting that colour, and again, what I've done, I've aimed it so that the lights on the left hitting the mountain, shadows on the right from that side. So that's kind of the method to the madness. I might try and just blend those up. Just like that. Alrighty, sweetie. You know what? I'm going to cut more of the light side. I want more of the light side on there now. It's too dark for me. So just like that. And you can kind of keep that blue, that shadow that's just hiding there. And that'll make it look like a crevice or a rock face or any kind of thing that might be going on there. So that's kind of the reason in there. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Nice big mountain. Next, we need to make it misty. So, again, with the 2-inch brush, just tap in, just very gently, just going up the side of the mountain. It's so far away that we're going to have a mist at the base of it. And on his side, it must be cold tonight because I can see my own breath. Hopefully I was not picking up on the camera. Okay. Nice misty valley there. Okay. I want to do a bit more there. Alright. So now we have got a lovely distant mountain. We've got a nice foreground mountain with a few peaks behind it, and now what we're going to do, we're going to do some trees going down the side of the mountain there, and then we'll reflect them into the water at the bottom. How are we doing for time? We are at 5 to 8, so we're doing very well for time. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to get some sap green. I'm going to get some white, a bit of cad yellow, and then just okay. And then I'm just going to start to maybe just So I'm just tapping the brush in, and then I can start to tap in a nice tree line. So we need to work out our foreground and our background. So it'll be here. Okay. Just lift, 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 lift. And then it should just give us nice tops of trees. Okay, I'm going to add more paint this time. And again, just lift, lift gently. And again, we've got a nice foreground of trees now. Now I'm going to go into the greener colour. And I'm going to put it here. Okay, so we're kind of adding a bit of depth now. We're getting some comments in. Love the mountains, lovely peaks. Thank you very much, Chris. Okay, so next, brush the brush off, clean the brush off. Get some paper towel. Okay, and then we're just going to get a bit more of that. And again, just tapping that in. Okay, so that's that cleaned off, and then we're going to have some reflections in the water next. So we will start just by pulling down. And then just slowly, just like that. And then we need to get a water line in, so I'm just going to add some liquid white, which is the thin paint that we use to blend, and we just, with a palette knife, just scratch it. The water line, maybe a little bit more than that. Get on the knife there. Okay, so we're about halfway through now. I am just going to go and grab, apologies, a glass of water. So have a quick comfort break, just for 30 seconds, and I will be right back. Okay, thank you very much for waiting there. As I just need to get a glass of water because all this talking doesn't make me thirsty. Okay, anyway, the other good thing about that is it's always nice just to maybe step away, have 30 seconds, and then come back and get kind of a fresh perspective. And I'm pretty happy with that there, so I think we're good. Okay, so I'm just going to try again with this water line. Just get it. There we go, boxed in. Just there. Got to stay horizontal. Okay. Okay, so we've got a nice water line on there as well. Rightio, let's start with the trees. So we're going to mix up a whole load of dark. I'm going to take some brown, some crimson, phthalo blue, midnight black, all the darkness. And then we can start putting in some trees. Okay. Okie dokie. So I'm going to take a fan brush and then we're going to make some nice trees. Okay, so I'm just going to run the fan brush through the paint. And I'm going to start right up here. And I'm just going to touch, touch, touch. Let's start a bit. I'm getting some lovely comments. Somebody's randomly put squirrels on there. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Maybe they're going to be in these trees that I'm about to paint. But thank you everyone for joining. Okay. Okay, so that's one tree. Nice big strong tree. I'm going to put another one in. This one's a little fella, a little bit smaller, but he's still growing nice and strong. And there's another one. We'll put a couple more in, I think. What's that one here? There's one more. And why the heck not? Let's have a fourth. This one could just be, maybe, this guy could be leaning. He's leaning. He's just leaning. Okay. I'm just going to clean the any excess paint off there as well. Okay, so let me just clean the fan brush. So that's the fan brush cleaned. And then next what we need to do, we need to put in some trunks on the trees. So I'm going to get the brown, maybe a touch of the white. And I want a really thin paint. And I'm just going to touch, 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 touch. And the canvas will take off what it needs. Again, there's the shine line. And now we need to add some highlights to our big trees. And again, the light's coming from the left, so we're going to focus on the left. So let's just put these in here. We don't want to completely cover all the dark because that's what gives us the depth. We put light against dark, it gives us the depth. Okay, cool. So clean the brush off. Back to the palette knife. We're going to get more dark colour mixed in now. Plenty of the sap green. Just going to take everything that's already on that palette and just really mix it in. And then bear with me a second. I'm going to put in one more tree because the reason why, this is where we say we don't make mistakes, we make happy accidents. I'm not happy with this bit here. It's not going to work out. So if I put another one tree here, that should kind of block it in. So let's give that a go. Let's give that a go. And if you do make mistakes, you can just, there's ways you can paint over it. You know what, let's do another one. Maybe these are a bit further away. And then let's get some of that lighter colour on them. There we go, I'm happier now. And then what we're going to block in this whole area, and that will give us a nice grassy field that you could maybe run through, or you could go for a picnic on, or just lie down, watch the clouds, whatever. So I'm just going to I'll give it time. 10 past. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. So I'm literally just blocking in all that paint. Okay, clean the brush. Okay, I think we should be good for 1/2 for finishing, so I hope you do bear with me, I do appreciate it. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to dip straight into the liquid white, and I'm going to then just put some on the palette, and then I'm going to just pull through some of the dark colour. Some yellow ochre, and then we're just going to start to put in some grass that's just at the base of these trees. Or maybe, just maybe, we can go a little bit different. We can do a little bit different here. Maybe it's just some bushes. They're just catching the light. They're just catching the light there. Yeah, I like that. That's good. And then we will go into our grass. And now I love doing grass, I must admit. So to do grass, so relaxing too. I do recommend it if anyone wants to give it a go. So 2-inch brush, and then just start to tap in all of your greens, your yellows, your oranges. So I've got it just on the tip of the brush there, and then just tap down, tap, 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 tap. Reload the brush. You can even get a bit of red on if you like. Put a bit of red in there. So it's now just and we'll get a bit of green. So you're kind of seeing the different planes of the grass there, hopefully. Let's keep going. Da, 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 da. I really like to thank everybody for your patience, for watching. I hope you're having a good evening, whatever you're up to, other than watching this. And then just tap, 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 tap. You've got to make the noise, otherwise it won't work. So you've got to go tap, 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 tap. There you go. Some nice lush grass. I'm going to put a bit more red in. I'm getting closer now. So maybe there's a bit of red on there on this grass, just where the sun's catching it. Tap, 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 tap. And that's why it's fun to do, because you can make the noises. So, okay. I'm going to get a little bit of liquid white. Get a bit of orange on there, and let's see what we do here. Oh yeah. Tap, 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 tap. That's good. And then we'll go from here. So as long as you kind of follow where you think the land's going to go, and in this case, I think it's just flat. It was going to be like a hill, but we're just going to go flat now. I think this is good. Again, lots of comments. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, it helps. It really does help. So you tap it into the palette to get the paint on the brush. So you get paint on the brush, and then you just there you go. So you've got different planes of grass, and you could do this for ages. And I do run the risk of doing it myself, so I will try to refrain or restrain myself. A bit more red, why not? There you go. Okay, a little bit of a low area there, goes back up again. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. One last thing to do is to scratch in some sticks and twigs. Just gotta clean the brush, bear with me. Ooh, right, so and then what you can do, take the palette knife and again just it just looks like there's lots of little twigs and branches. It looks like you've put in so much effort, and all I've done is just scratch a lot of stuff on the canvas, to be honest. It's brilliant. Cool. I'm done, I think. I will just sign it and then say goodnight. So let me actually, one last little bit. I had so much fun. Let's do a little bit more. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. Again, like I said, I could do this all night, but I won't because you find people have probably got better things to be doing. Cool, that's really good. I'm proud of that one. Let's wash this brush for the final time. Okay. And then I need to get my script liner brush. So a really thin brush. I do need to invest in a better one of these because it's Sim Better Days. I do try to get all my stuff from the local art shop, little shop of hobbies. Wonderful people there. A little bit more paint thinner. And again, it's a signature of just JJ. Splendid. Done. How have time? Tell me on 20 past, 50 minutes, start to finish, that'll do. Okay, so let's just take this off there. Just bear with me a second, I'll start just. There you go. All right, so hopefully you can see that. I'll post a picture on Facebook so you can see. But thank you very much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye.